Hey guys, welcome to Venting with Us with your girl Crystal. We are back. Happy New Year 2025 is here. Yes. As you see, I'm here by myself this time around. My girl Donna is on a little mini mini vacay. I look like I'm so pale right now. I don't even know if it's camera or what, but she's on a mini vacation, so hopefully she'll be back soon. But we are going to be going forward. Congratulations to Venting with Us, who went viral on YouTube. Thank you very much. 40K views. We've been doing the live, so if you guys haven't been following the show, then you won't know that we've been doing lives. If you're following the show, then you guys have been seeing the posts. They do go up. I have been putting them up on TikTok. I think everybody's getting freaked out whether or not if we're going to lose TikTok. And I'm like, I've worked too hard to get to almost my 10,000 followers. If they take it away from me now, I'm going to be upset. Because that was a lot of hard work. And, it's funny. I just had this conversation with my girlfriend, Amanda. And you guys can follow her on TikTok. It's Amanda Wifey. You know, I've spoken to a couple of people regarding their show, what they do for business. A lot of people, like my girlfriend Amanda, she is an influencer who makes money, from all of these products. She just did one for Lacombe. She's so beautiful. But this is how they make their money. And people that are not in it, and if they do take it away, it's kind of like a slap in the face. It's like, geez, I worked hard for this, but now like I got to start all over again, and I get it. I get the whole thing with the rights to have the TikTok and whatnot, but I think everybody's freaking out for no reason. I really do think that TikTok will be fine. I think just like they had told us before that they were going to take it away and then they didn't. I think they'll figure out a way this time. So I am not freaking out yet over my 10,000 followers. Thank God we have a huge platform now. And we're moving up on YouTube. So if it does get shut down, then it's okay. You guys are following us on YouTube anyway, so it's not really going to put too much of a dent into us, but it's going to suck because my following status on TikTok is huge. So, but like I said, we'll see. We don't really know if they're going to take the TikTok away from us or not. So, but here was a big conversation that we had last night. We had a huge party, and I am exhausted. Like I probably look like my eyes are ready to like take a nap. But huge conversation last night about when to put up your Christmas decorations and when to take them down. Okay, so I'm going to explain to you for myself only, and I can only speak upon myself. I generally put my decorations up the day after or usually the day of Thanksgiving. This is because I want to celebrate Thanksgiving. I don't want to see Christmas stuff for Thanksgiving. I don't want to see any of that stuff. So for me, that's when I do my Christmas decorations. As you guys can see in the background, they're all coming down. Today is the day they come down. When I take them down is usually the weekend of when the ball drops. So the ball drops what, Tuesday, whatever, Wednesday. So today is the day where everything comes down. It gets put back and we say bye-bye. So Happy New Year 2025. Most people last year in 2024 started putting up their decorations before Thanksgiving. I thought it was a little too soon, but I will have to admit that my girlfriend Amanda sucked me in earlier this year because her house was so freaking amazing and I kept on seeing everybody else put their stuff up. So I was like, oh no, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna put my decorations up. So I did it. I did it a little bit earlier this year. I did do it before Thanksgiving. I don't think I'm gonna do that again this year. But on the flip side, some people still wait until like February to take down their Christmas decorations. I think that's excessive. I may be wrong. I do understand that people love Christmas. They love the decorations. They love the way their house feels. It looks. I don't know. This is what I'm assuming. Though we should never assume on anything. But I'm like, I don't know if I can have Christmas lights at the end of January. Like, what are we still celebrating about? Joy? Like, you can still have joy. Happiness? You can still have happiness. I don't understand. Why is it that you still have your Christmas stuff? Please explain this to me. Like, oh, it makes me feel good inside. Yes, I get that. I get it. I love it too, but it's over. Like, someone has to tell you the party has stopped. Like, for real. But, to each his own. I will be taking everything down. So I am going to go see my mom, Jax, and we're going to have a little day today. She's been in and out of the hospital. So I wanted to make it kind of special for her. She's doing better though. She's one day at a time, right? So, but I did tell her yesterday because I went to go see her, and I said to her, I was like, "All right, Jax, remember, I'm gonna come see you. I'll probably be around 1ish, because that's my time. Do not call me at 10 because she has a habit of, even though she knows I'm coming, she'll still call me like at 10 o'clock in the morning, and then sometimes like on the weekends, I usually wake up about 8 o'clock." On a weekend, and probably everyone's gonna be like, what? I am not a person that sleeps in. I don't like sleeping in. I don't like being lazy. I have too much energy. Like right now, all I'm thinking about is that I'm hungry. I still haven't eaten because I have no eggs. I just realized my eggs expired. This is facts. My eggs expired. I don't think I've had that once ever in my life, which tells you that I probably was not in the mood. But yeah, I'm thinking about a Red Bull right now. Like, I need energy. So but yeah, we'll be doing that, and then once I get back home, I'll be working on that. And then I'll be finishing up the videos for today. So that's going to be pretty much my Saturday. Tomorrow will be my official lazy day because that's my Jesus day. And Jesus said, rest, bitch. And he probably didn't use the B word, but he definitely did say rest. I did hear Jesus say, rest, Chris, rest. You need rest. Like, you look tired. So I'm just saying. And he probably said it like that too, because he knows I'm crazy. So so big year for Charlie XCX. Oh my God, Apple, Brat, so many great artists. I think I was a little confused though with the Netflix halftime show. Like, why did we need that? Huh? Can somebody explain that to me? Because I really did not need Beyonce to do all that. Like, love you, Beyonce. Like, but I didn't need all that. Like, it was very confusing, and I was scared. Like, I don't know. I need somebody to explain to me why we had a halftime show and tricked me and thought it was football halftime show, like Super Bowl. And I think it's Kendrick Lamar this year, and I'm only gonna watch it just to watch it. But even these performances are dying out. No one's making good music like that anymore. There's some good music, but come on. Remember that one year where like things were just like boom, boom, everything that came out was just like, yes, that's my jam. That's my jam. So um yeah, I'm excited for the Super Bowl, and we'll see how that comes out. Um but on this long journey of, oh, wait a minute, I have to back up a little bit. Let's talk about these drones for a second, because I have to go there. So we've been having, not we, because I don't live in Jersey, but they've been having drone sightings. And listen, I don't know if they're aliens. People are saying that they're aliens, that they're not drones, they're like alien spaceships. Yep. Did we lose ourselves? Like, are we flying over the cuckoo's nest? If they are aliens, I don't want to know. Don't knock on my door. I don't have eggs. I don't have butter. I don't have milk. I don't even know if that's what you eat. All I'm saying is I've seen enough alien movies to know, don't fuck with the aliens, because they're like ET phone home. They got that finger. They will fuck you up. Okay. Like, seriously, just leave them aliens alone. All right. And you can continue to stay flying over Jersey, because New York always got to get hit with something like 9/11. Just so many things happen in New York. Can we just have a break for a second? Like, can somebody else share the trauma? So yeah, let's keep the aliens in Jersey. Let them go to the Jersey Shore. I know everyone's probably freaking out right now that I said that. Like, nah, that's my spot. Let them go over there. Just stay out of New York. I want to be happy. I want to be in my safe place. I don't want to have to survive something else. COVID. Like, this is bullshit. All right. Like, I don't want to survive anymore. Like, I already know I'm a tough New Yorker. You don't have to put me in battle every single moment of my life. Like, for real, I'm serious. Like, the most dangerous thing for me in my life right now is just looking at myself without makeup on and noticing that it's still a Halloween mask, like, all year round. Okay, like, seriously, like, I'm surviving out here. Okay, and speaking about surviving, so there's this big controversy that's going on in the world right now as we speak. Donald Trump has tweeted numerous. Elon Musk has retweeted, expressed not concern, but to kind of warn people what's about to happen. So we have experienced once in, I was not around. So again, I am not the crypt keeper of the Great Depression. Those of you that don't know what the Great Depression is, find the book or Google. But yeah, from what Trump is saying, and I'm going quote unquote, is that there's going to be another Great Depression to get us out of this hole that we're in. I don't want to be one of those that blames one president. I think it was a combination of everybody. And I think that, when you vote to expect that things are going to, get better. And, we hope in the power of prayer that it does. And if it doesn't, then we keep moving and we keep on with this whole cycle. The problem is that it's not getting better. And if we do go through this Great Depression again, what's going to happen to the middle class? Like, I know for myself, I struggle. I just do it in a different struggling way. Because at this point, like I said, I've mastered survival skills. Like, you might want to survive with me. Like, I'm a good survivor. I'm like, no, that's not how you do it. You got to do it like this, because how do you last $10 for a whole week? You can do it. It is possible. It is very, very possible. Trust me. I am a girl on a budget, and I know how to budget. For those that don't know how to do it and live, like myself, off of paycheck to paycheck, but don't save or anything. And if we're going to go through this, that's, it's gonna be bad. It's gonna be really, really bad, because we already have poverty is high in the world right now. Um, what's gonna happen if this does happen? I'm not saying that it is gonna happen. I'm just saying this is what's being put out there, that in order to get out of this, taxes are going to go up, increase on food is going to go up. Businesses that are struggling right now are going to be put out of business. Again, we don't know this. Once January 20th approaches us, and the inauguration, I believe it's January 2nd, 20th, sorry, January 20th. I believe that's when Trump is officially like in as a president. I might be wrong. My phone is over there. I'm not going to get up and move. But I do apologize. Whenever it does happen, this is when it's supposed to go into effect. That's what they're saying. So I'm just saying, if this is the case, I can't even barely afford eggs right now. Like gas is high, like everything. Like, what are we talking about? Because just recently, we just found out that Party City and Big Lots are going out of business. They filed for bankruptcy. They're no longer going to be in business. And we're talking about these two businesses that have been open since 19, like I was not even born when these businesses opened up. So to hear that such a big, huge company like that is closing, and what point do we say to ourselves, okay, wait, something is happening. Something crazy is happening. Like, why is this happening? And the realization is that nobody wants to pay anything anymore. Let's just put it out there. Nobody wants to pay anything. You go, you can't even go out anymore. Like, you go to a restaurant, you go with one person, and you're almost at $200. It's just crazy. So this is going to be kind of interesting to see what happens, and how people are going to react to this. There was a huge controversy when the election was going on, and I know that we briefly touched this because we do not talk about politics. It's crazy because a lot of people are like, if you don't vote, you don't have a say. But then for those that do vote and they have an opinion, they're crucified for having that opinion. So that I will never understand, because it's, when you vote, you should be able to vote for whoever you want and not be criticized for that. Whatever, we're going to go forward. But what happens, all these people, and especially the Latin community, and that's where I'm mostly targeting it, because, you voted for Trump. So, and I'm not going to sit here and say who I voted for, but, you voted for Trump. What happens if this does happen? Are you going to be upset that you voted for him? And then, this is the way I'm thinking, and again, it's okay. I don't care who you vote for. Everybody to each his own. Even if it was Bob and Bob was going to be our president, and this happens, are you going to be mad at Bob? I'm just saying. So I don't know. Politics is so crazy, which is why we don't talk about it. But if it does happen, look, all I keep saying to people, and this was at a party event that I went to last night, which it was a huge turnout for Venting with Us. I'm so excited where we're moving, guys. Like, you know, it's just mind blowing to see what you started with to see how big your baby has become. So we had a huge event for Venting with Us last night. It was so much fun. But this was brought up in conversation, and a lot of people were saying, if you're not one of those that knows their finances and puts money to the side and they do whatever they want, they're going to struggle. The struggle is going to be real. And then for those that that know how to pinch a penny are going to survive. We'll see. Again, we don't know. Maybe everything will be better. Maybe it's not going to be as bad as it is, as what they're saying and what Trump is saying. We don't know. But I do know that if we're going to go into another Great Depression, people need to start thinking a little differently. That's all I'm saying. Now, healthcare. Let's talk about healthcare, because I don't think that I think everybody's so focused on, we need healthcare, we need this, we need, and I get it. You do need healthcare. But the bottom line is that healthcare right now is dead. And I know a lot of people are going to be like, no, that's not true. I have worked in the healthcare business for over 15 years, and I am no longer in healthcare. Thank God, knock on wood. Thank God for Venting with Us. Thank God for TikTok. But here's what they don't tell you. Okay? So you go to the doctors, you go see a doctor. The doctor is really not going to take you seriously if you don't have a good doctor. I am not saying that all doctors are this way. I am telling you what I've experienced throughout different organizations. And when I tell you, it's getting worse, because now what these doctors are doing, which is why they also had to put in place the fraudulent billing law, is that these doctors don't care. They'll put you in. They know that the deductibles start over. I don't understand why people every single year, you guys say, oh, I didn't know I had a deductible. Yes, you do. Because you paid that shit last year. You have had this insurance for how many years now? And you don't know that you don't have a deductible? Shut up. Shut up. Please shut up. Because you know it. It starts over every January. We have this conversation every January. There's notes in here every January. Okay? So shut up. You know what you got. You just try and play the stupid card. And unfortunately, then you catch the wrong people. And what people don't realize is that nowadays, a lot of these doctors are merging over into private practices, because with the private practices, it allows you to finagle all of the government's HIPAA laws. Yes. Let me be your girl for today. Let's talk tea, okay? So when you're in a private practice, and this is true because I have worked for private doctors, I have dealt with lawyers, so I know what I'm talking about. Thank you. When you're in a private practice, if your employee goes overtime, it's not considered overtime anymore, where you need to take a lunch break. Usually if you work 8 hours, you get an hour lunch and then like a 15-minute. If you work for a private doctor, you don't have to take a lunch. I'm going to be very honest with people. You do not have to take a lunch. The doctors write that off at the end of the year as overtime. And that's how you can finagle getting away with not taking lunch. And anybody that right now they're in an office and they're working, and your HR department person says, well, you have to take a lunch, it's by law. I don't work for the union. So guess what? If I refuse to take a lunch, you would have to then utilize that as an overtime, which is why now a lot of companies are paying their employees salary. So that way it cuts that. But unfortunately, if you're in the healthcare, this is what you would have to deal with. So automatic terminations are real. So if the doctor or whoever you worked for said, I want you to go outside and pick up those leaves, and you said no, they have the right to terminate you. It's crazy. And that's why there's a lot of, lawyers that are out there helping people for wrongful terminations. But a lot of those cases, unfortunately, don't win because of the laws of the private practices and the rules and regulations. So I don't care what anybody says, and they're like, no, that's not true. That's they can't do that. Yes, they can. Yes, they can. And I'm telling you, I did payroll, I did HR, I did human resource, I did medical billing. I was a billing manager. And yes, you can. Okay? Yes, you can. It's sad. Nobody wants to work 12 hours. Nobody wants to do these hours. I don't. I didn't want to work like that. I was very tired. Like, I already feel old. I don't want to feel old, too. So, no, we're not doing all of that. But this is what's happening. And then, unfortunately, a lot of these offices, they're breaking so much codes that that's why they put these laws into place. Now people can go to the doctors and not pay their bills, because they know it's going to be a write-off. And that's why a lot of these doctors also are going into more of a private practice, because they at that point can say, you know what, then I can refuse your service. You're not going to be a patient here. Generally in the hospitals, you can't do that. You cannot refuse a patient. But if you're in a private practice, yes, you can refuse a patient. You're not breaking any HIPAA laws at all. The other thing is that now when you're requesting your medical records, they're making it severely impossible to get these medical records. Even if you're a proxy, even if you're a beneficiary, if you don't do things a certain way, they will not release any medical records. I'm telling you, it's crazy. I try to ask for my mother's medical records at Stony Brook University Hospital here in New York. And they literally said, because my email was not on file, I could not get her medical records. And I thought that was crazy. I said, well, first of all, I have the rights to be able to do this. I have all my documentation. I have my proxy. I have everything. Like, you're not supposed to be refusing me. He said, no, that's not correct. If your email's not on file, unfortunately, then you will have to come here or request them, get an authorization to request them. It's going to cost you money. And I was like, no. So I'm going to do, again, survival mode, because I'm from the Bronx, okay? Put my brain together, and I said, I'm not paying for shit, okay? Now, what if I threw my mother back in that hospital? Then can I get that? He was like, well, you could if the nursing home sends her back. Or you can have the nursing home request the records. And I said, okay, well, if I ask them to do it for me, will that be free? He said, yes. I got those records in the next hour. Thank you very much. Amen. Hallelujah. So, but this is what's happening. It's just craziness and nonsense. So, but that's going to be it for today, guys. This was a kind of a soft, warm back recording. So I hope everybody has a fantastic weekend. Thank you so much for supporting us. Again, We're doing so amazing on TikTok. We're doing so amazing on YouTube. Thank you for the views. We're hitting those 1,000 Ks every day. And this is every day, guys. Every single day, we're releasing and pumping out as much as we can. And, for the 40,000 people, 50,000 people that keep showing up and viewing our stuff, I'm posting it. I'm showing it to the world to let them know that, listen, there may be one girl here, but a lot of people have a lot of loyalty to her, so they're staying in. So thank you guys for that. Thank you for supporting us. We will see you next week Saturday. We're not gonna miss any more days. All right, love you guys. Have a great weekend.